The private jet's cabin echoed with screams that pierced through the air, leaving passengers shifting uncomfortably. A young autistic boy, the son of a powerful millionaire, was thrashing in his seat. Flight attendants whispered, rolling their eyes, while others muttered about delays. No one dared approach. The boy's condition, his father's wealth, and the mounting tension made the moment unbearable. But then, a poor black boy from the back of the plane quietly stood. What happened next left every passenger speechless. Watch until the end. You won't forget this. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. For most people on that flight, it was just another journey in luxury. The leather seats gleamed, the meals were prepared with precision, and the air carried the heavy silence of privilege. Among the passengers was a businessman whose name carried influence everywhere he went. Beside him sat his son, a child whose challenges were often hidden from the public eye. Autism had shaped his world in ways most couldn't understand. At the very back of the plane, away from the comfort and excess, sat a young black boy traveling alone. His clothes were simple, his bag nearly empty, but his eyes carried stories, far older than his years. For him, flying wasn't routine. It was a once-in-a-lifetime chance, paid for with every bit of savings his family had scraped together. Their worlds couldn't have been further apart, yet fate was about to tie them together forever. The boy's screams grew louder. His arms flailed, his body stiffened, and his cries turned into gasps for air. Panic rippled across the cabin. Flight. Attendants tried to calm him, but their attempts only made things worse. The millionaire's face turned red with embarrassment and anger as passengers whispered, some with pity, others with judgment. No one knew what to do. Some passengers suggested restraining him. Others demanded the flight turn back. In that moment, the autistic boy wasn't seen as a child struggling. He was seen as a problem. From the back, the black boy watched silently. His own life had taught him what it meant to be overlooked, judged, and silenced. He knew that the boy's cries weren't rebellion. They were a plea for understanding. Slowly, hesitantly, he walked toward the front. The glares burned into him. What business did he have stepping forward when even adults couldn't handle the situation? But he kept moving. His steps were steady, his heart pounding. When he reached the boy, he didn't speak, didn't lecture. Instead, he sat down, across from him, lowering his own body to eye level. Then he began tapping his fingers softly against the armrest, creating a rhythm. The boy's eyes flickered, his screams slowed. The rhythm, predictable, steady, pulled him back from chaos. Slowly, the cabin quieted. Passengers leaned forward, stunned. The autistic boy's cries dissolved into soft whimpers. His breathing steadied, his fists unclenched, and for the first time in hours, peace settled over him. He reached toward the black boy, his small hand trembling, and mimicked the tapping rhythm. Together they tapped, two children from completely different worlds, bound by something more profound than wealth, race, or circumstance. The cabin froze. The millionaire, a man who once believed money solved every problem, stood speechless. Flight attendants stared, passengers wiped tears, and the weight of prejudice cracked open before their eyes. This boy, dismissed, overlooked because of his skin, his clothes, his poverty, had done what no one else could. In that moment, the hierarchy of wealth and power shattered. Everyone knew they had just witnessed something sacred. The flight landed, without further incident, but the memory lingered in every heart. The millionaire, humbled, quietly thanked the boy. Yet it wasn't gratitude that mattered. It was realization. The world had just seen how compassion doesn't come from privilege, but from lived struggle, from empathy born in silence. That poor black boy returned to his seat, unnoticed by many before, but unforgettable now. His act wasn't about recognition. It was about humanity. And that's the story too many people ignore every day. Racism blinds society to the gifts carried by those who are silenced. But what happens when those voices are finally seen, not as less, but as necessary? How many more? Lives could be changed if we learned to see past skin and wealth? Comment below. Where are you watching from? Take care.